Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. I thought it'd be fun today to kind of take a look at my random crafty junk drawer because it's fun to peek inside of other people's drawers. So this is my junk drawer. I was in it the other day because my son's girlfriend wanted to borrow some supplies and I had some dried flowers, pressed flowers for like resin projects, and I just knew they would be in here because this is my drawer of stuff that has no other categorization, yeah, that's the word. And so then every time I get in here for something, I'm always like delighted with what I find. So I thought it might be kind of a fun video to look through my junk drawer and see what's in here. And a crafty junk drawer is so much, and it sounds like drunk drawer, doesn't it? There's no booze in here. Maybe there is, I don't know, who knows what's in here. But it's always fun just to see the things that I collect or that anybody collects. And I used to call this my collage drawer because I'd end up with all these different things that I'd use in collage. So this is a wrapper from some bias tape that I saved. I have a bunch of my sister-in-law's old sewing supplies, and I thought that was kind of cool and would be neat on an art journal page. I got some puffy robot stickers that I bought at Martin's for 79 cents. I think clearly I've used one. And then, oh, I found these at like the Dollar Tree. Stickers go in here because I don't have a lot of stickers, so like I don't have storage for them. Thought those mason jar ones were really cute. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these, but I just couldn't resist. They were so cute. I've actually got some gummy bears in the other room. I clipped them onto something hanging on one of my shelves. So yeah, my sticker situation is kind of a mess. I have like, and then I have like sushi stickers that are with my sushi stamp. So I don't have any real organization for stickers because I just don't use them very often. But this is kind of a treasure. These are all of my swatches that I would make before I would do live streams because I'd want to work out my colors before I went live. I put a lot of prep into live streams. On the rare occasion I do them now, but I always put a lot of prep in before and just made sure I knew exactly what colors I was going to use. And I thought it'd be fun to maybe do a big collage or big like kind of like accent wall with just all of these swatches like taped up. I thought that would be really cool. Oh, that was playing with the Zorn Palette. I thought that was I took a course on painting figures in watercolor, and one of the things that we did was use the Zorn Palette of Cad Red, Yellow Ochre, Ultramarine Blue, and Black. And it was just kind of cool. You got some really neat skin tones. It was kind of a fun exercise. Yeah, these were my Chrome Oxide Green swatches because that's like my least favorite color is Chrome Oxide Green PG-17. It's this nasty olive color that's really dull and flat, but I forced myself to use it so that I would actually, you know, find a use for it. And it turned out I did find a use for it. I did a big monstera leaf. This, I don't know what project this was for, but it was another swatch for a live stream. It's fun. Oh, that was for that big gouache set, that swatch that came with that. Oh, and this was making my own dusk colors by using PBK11. I had the Renaissance Mars Black, but Daniel Smith has one called Lunar Black if you want to just try. And you mix it with like really bright dye-based colors or, you know, kind of synthetic pigments that are very clean and transparent. And you get this really neat granulation. And of course, you know, it's a swatch, so I saved it. Oh, and that was the Artsy 24 swatch there. I like that set a lot. Oh, this swatch here is neat because this is from the Paul Rubens the Phosphorescence Set, which has this little really subtle hint of shimmer, almost like the Wink of Stella shimmer, because it doesn't like opacify anything. The colors are super transparent and bright. It's just, I gotta use that palette more. It's so pretty. And then this was a swatch, and I didn't like the paint overall. The swatch was done from, but I loved the overall palette that it created. This was the Altenew set of 12 round cake watercolors. It's quite an affordable set if you do like this muted palette. I was just kind of bummed that like the sap green, well, they call it Forest Glades. I was really bummed that was such a weak color because it's one of my favorite colors. Sap green's one of my favorite colors. So it was just, I think the fact that was weak just kind of put me off on the palette. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know what? Lagoon, Emerald, there's some goodies in this palette. I really need to look at that again, I think. So there, oh, and skeleton leaves. So I had, when I grabbed all my my pressed flowers, I had these skeleton leaves, and I used to love to use these. These were like all the rage back in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like every mixed media project had to have skeleton leaves on it. I just still love them. I add them to like envelopes and cards and things. I just think they're so pretty and romantic, and they remind me back of when I was first getting into the mixed media type of artwork, like how fun it was and how neat it was because there was so many goodies and supplies that you could buy for that. These are some Jane Davenport Rub Ons. I thought they were really neat, but I don't typically use Rub Ons for much, so I don't have a lot, so I didn't have like a storage for them. So I thought if they were in here, I have a better chance of using them. When I'm going just looking for a little something something, I go to this drawer. This was a board book from Joggles, and I was at a stamp show, and the owner asked if I would like to try this and play with it. She'd like to see what I could come up with for it, and I have not come up with anything yet, but there it sits. So I should do something. It's black, so that might be neat to play with some metallic paints or something like that. Maybe do like a mini scrapbook. I used to do so many mini albums back when the kids were really little, because we do so many different like little adventures and events. We took, you know, you just take so many pictures when your kids are little, and I would make all these mini books, which I really liked, but they just don't hold up, which was the real bummer, because I had so many mini books and just like the wear and tear of the kids looking at them and them just being odd shaped. They just they didn't hold up very well, so I'm very hesitant to put much time in a mini book, knowing that the durability of it is less. These were the rub-ons that came with, and I think there's some like postcards in here, with the Jane Davenport marbling kit. So Jane had sent me a bunch of goodies when her product line was released with American Crafts, and some stuff I used right up. And other stuff I was just kind of like, that's interesting. It's not something that that I would have purchased, because it's kind of not the type of work that I do, but it's still kind of cool, and I'd like to use it in something else. So if it's something I don't typically use, but I still think would be fun to incorporate, then I'd put it in this drawer. And there was also some little collage papers. This is actually like a sticker. I think it's like a collage sticker, so like washi tape sticker sheet type thing. The thing is, her work is so beautiful, but I feel like weird putting like something like this on my work, because I feel like I don't know, incorporating too much of somebody else's work. So I think I kind of like just to look at it. It makes me happy to look at it, because it's artwork, but I don't want to incorporate it in my artwork, because it's I would on the designs and stuff like that, totally, but like a full piece like that, it would be just kind of weird, I think. So maybe I need to maybe put them on a cover of a sketchbook or something. I think that would be cute. These are a bunch of leftover bleeding tissue paper things I die cut. I had done a bunch of flamingo cards was it last year or the year before, and I die cut tons of bleeding tissue paper. So like you put it on your paper and you spray it, and the color will go from the tissue paper to whatever you have it on. And these were just leftovers. I made a batch of cards. I thought they were really cute. I don't think that video did that well, so apparently I was the only one that thought they were very cute, but I stored the rest. I have these little 5x5 or 5.5, how big are they? 5x5 pockets. What they are like CD or DVD storage pockets. You can get like I think I got like a package of, oh, I don't know. I think it was like 500 or 1,000 or something for like $10 on Amazon. And I use them for storing like little die sets, some stamp sets, mostly just little odds and ends, like price tags for my cards, things like that I just need a little something to divide them up so I don't lose them. Oh, these bags. I thought these bags were so pretty that I couldn't bear to throw them away. These are what like the Viviva color sheets come in, and they're these beautiful waxed craft paper bags. And I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I thought they might be cool to like put together and make a book out of, or maybe pockets for a planner or an art journal or something. But they were so pretty, and they were really high quality, and I'm like, I can't part with those. This is my drawer of random, you know, it's kind of like, it's like Monica's closet, like on Friends. If you ever watch Friends, you know, she's such a neat freak and a minimalist and keeps everything really tidy, and then you find the closet. This is my Monica closet right here. Oh, it's another little swatch. I don't know why. I think I like my swatch sheets better than my paintings. I don't know. Let me know if you have that same. It's kind of like how pretty your palette can look when you're done a painting, and like you might be like meh over the painting, but the palette just looks so awesome. These are leftover clock faces from a bag of die cuts I bought once. Another bias tape wrapper. This was a calendar. It was so pretty from a couple years ago, and I've cut a lot of things out of it to use for collage, and it's a Dollar Tree calendar, so the pages are really thin. So yeah, I just go through and sometimes if I'm bored, I'll sit and cut a bunch of things out and then have them ready. But then you got some ones that are kind of like backgrounds here. Nothing's turned yellow yet. I'm pretty impressed. I think I just kind of had this up because I haven't written anything on any of the pages. Ooh, isn't that pretty? I just had such a pretty, pretty calendar. So for $1, you've got like 12, look how Nice at Christmases. I like that. Oh, you could just like frame that. You could just frame that and put that up at Christmas time. Anyway, I like this. And on the back, I like all these little things. These would be cute to make into magnets if you wanted to do something like that. So yeah, I thought that was really, really nice. And the thin paper, because like the Dollar Tree calendars obviously are not the same quality as the, you know, $15 calendars you buy at a bookstore. But because it's nice and thin, it collages so well. I did a video on making a collage using one of these calendars and some other stuff a couple of years ago, and I still put those collages out, like for my spring mantle display. I think they're really pretty. Oh, another little clock face. These things are, again, couldn't bear to part with them. They're meant for like if you collect stamps, like postage stamps. They are to go in a binder, your postage stamp collecting binder, and you can just set the stamps in there. So, you know, back in the day before all the stamps were self-adhesive, you'd get the gummed stamps and you just slide them in these little louvers to store them. So I have no clue what I'm going to do with these, but I thought that I could not possibly throw them away because they could be used for something. So I can only let this this drawer get so full. It's pretty full right now, because once it's full, I got to declutter. Oh, these are cool. These are little, I've used some of these on some art journal pages. These are self-adhesive, like graph paper, tissue paper things. Those are also from Jane Davenport. There's like graph paper, there's like script. I think I'm going to stick these actually in my card making cart because I want to use them. So those will go right over my card making cart. They'll go with my fake relatives and the botanical die cuts that I recently bought from the Tim Holtz line. Pretty napkins. Need I say more? These are great because they're so thin. You can like do a collage. You could decoupage these onto a canvas and have the background of a collage already started. I've got a really ugly painting in my kitchen that I did during a time of angst last year that I think, well, I'm not going to cover it with napkins, but I'm gonna repaint it or something. I don't know. That just reminded me of, you know, quickly covering something. These things here are like Rhinestone Ribbon. They're from Hunky Dory. I get them from Top Flight, and I just got a red, gold, and red, yellow, well, Christmas color one. So I probably should put those all together. I think they're over in my card making cart with the Christmas stuff, with all those Christmas card making supplies that I won't be using this year because we ordered them from Vistaprint. I'm a big fraud. Okay, we've got more swatches here. I think that was in a paint box, and I'm not sure what paint box it was in, to be honest. Maybe might have been in my Lucas paint box. I have no idea. Oh, these are old Prima Marketing swatches, so I do not know why they're not living in their boxes. Those should go. They're probably all Prima Marketing swatches. Although that doesn't look familiar as a Prima Marketing set. I don't know. I think they need to. They're supposed to, like, that's definitely Decadent Pies with my stuff I added down the center. And this also is Decadent Pies with some other random things down the center. I don't know. What a mess. And then more random swatches. These aren't as pretty. Then I've got these collage. These are napkins that are meant for collage. These are, again, Jane Davenport designs. They're really pretty. I've used these on. I made like a plant pot. I decoupaged on a plant pot with one of these. Came out really pretty, I thought, anyway. And that was that was a sketch from my DIY watercolor block, and I just didn't know what to do with it. So there it is. Oh, I got a little spell of making bookmarks and using my creative hot marks to seal them up. So I would take like a page protector, and I would make myself a little pocket with, like, I'd put paper in and seal it up on 3 sides, and then because it would kind of cut and seal it, just like the fuse tool, but I don't have a fuse tool, and I was seeing if that would work, and it did. And then I'd put little sequins in it and make little bookmarks. It was a leftover stamped thing that I couldn't part with, that it was, you know, I had made a big batch of those cards, but I had kind of crapped out on the whole making these. I'd made like a dozen of them, like, I'm done. So that was an extra one. A little shaker bag. I was thinking I should make shaker bags with the creative hot marks, which is like a wood burner that's not as hot. But there's one. I don't know. I didn't get too far with that idea, I guess. There's a lot of like failed ideas, like ideas that start off really well and then I just kind of lose my oomph. There's some more pretty napkins. Oh, this is neat. This is some mica. My brother-in-law is a rock hound, and he found some mica and he thought I might like it for my mixed media work, and so I've got an envelope of that he gave me. And you can kind of peel it apart and get little leaves. These I totally forgot about, and I'm kind of bummed that I didn't use them at Halloween time, but they are doilies, Spiderweb Doilies. Gosh, can you see that? Let me take a piece of white paper here. They're Spiderweb Doilies, and they're by Stampin' Up, and I'm sure they're a few years old, so they're probably very much discontinued, but they're kind of neat. I don't have a specific place for Halloween embellishments or anything, so because I don't have a lot, I try to use it up when I get them, because otherwise I forget about them, clearly, as the doilies there. Some little, I like little like envelope seal type stickers, you know, because you can kind of cluster them with other things. These are pretty. They're a foil die cut by Auntie Amy's. I don't know if you've ever heard of that company, but they would do like gold leaf and things like that. And anyway, they were at a stamp show, and I thought this this sheet of little foil, what's it called? Dresden Foil, maybe? I thought it was really pretty, and I do like nautical themed stamping, so I do a lot of like summery Maine themed cards, and I thought these would be really cute for embellishments. You just snip them apart with your scissors. I like that because they stay flat and they don't get bent until you're ready to use them. This is some Mizuhiki cord, and that was kind of like all the rage in like the Oriental Stamp Art group that I was in a few years ago. It's kind of fun to play with, and it is a little frustrating too. I gotta say, it kind of annoys me more than anything, so that's why it's in here. I've got a purse handle for a cigar box purse that I apparently was going to make at one point, but I have 2 cigar box purses, and I never carry a purse. I do not. If it can't fit in my pockets, I don't need to bring it. Some more pretty tacky, let's be honest, these are pretty tacky stickers. These need to go, I think I got these for like kids cards, so there's like, you know, monsters with guitars here. We've got some glittery aliens. Boy, the things I'm drawn to at the Dollar Tree. Oh, these, I thought these were kind of pretty. These are just some almost like faux Jolies. If you remember the Jolie's Boutique stickers that were out a few years ago, I thought they were pretty. Gosh, those should go in my card making cart too. I think I'll put those in my card making cart because those would be really pretty, especially if I do like a set of note cards for somebody. Those would be a nice embellishment. This was on a bottle of wine, and I thought it was really pretty and might be nice. I don't even remember if the wine was any good, to be honest. But I really like the label, so I removed the label carefully and saved it. And these are some cute stickers that that my kids got me one Christmas, and I thought they're just adorable. I need to use them on something, but I don't know what. They're just kind of cute. Also, I thought these were cute. I'm pretty sure those are from the Dollar Tree as well. They're just puffy little owl stickers. Again, I have no idea. Stickers, I never know what to do with stickers. I guess I'm just better collecting things. These are postcards, actually. No, none of these, they have addresses on them, but, oh, you know what they are? They're not postcards. They are canceled, that I don't know who lives at that address now, but I figured they probably don't want their address shared on the internet. They are like when you used to buy a stamp. That one's not canceled. You used to buy a stamp if you were collecting stamps, and you would get you could get them like hand canceled, and that's what those are. So yeah, some of the stamp collector stuff. Jason was going through his old stamp collection and was getting rid of stuff, and I'm like, well, let me have some of that for some collage. And this is an Instax card. My friend Tracy, we were at a stamp show, and she took a photo of me and made a little Instax card, and in there it went. Look how long my hair was back then. Oh, and then these are little, like Da Vinci people. They're not Da Vinci people, they're somebody else. Who is that? Oh, gosh. Foster, maybe? I'm losing, I can't remember. I don't know if you can see that. Let me again grab a piece of white paper. Walter Foster, maybe? I have no idea, but on the Bull Moose shopping bags, they have this printed on them, and they're just like this kind of like glassine, plasticky type thing, and I thought this would be such a neat overlay on a collage or art journal. See, apparently Fantasy Lindsay is doing all this collaging and art journaling that Reality Lindsay never seems to get around to doing. How about that? Do you have an alter ego that does hobbies that you never even participate in? I like have a split personality. The personality that is in charge of this drawer is really dropping the ball. Again, we've got some more napkins that are just pretty kind of like collage elements from Jane Davenport, and there's a couple different different packs of them there. I think they came together. I took them apart so I could see them a little bit better. Napkins expand when you take them out of their packaging, so once you've taken them out, they're not going back in. And then, oh, that's just a P.O. box anyway. And not even an active thing. It's more of the canceled postcard things. Oh, it's a dental checkup reminder. Geez, I am keeping all kinds of crazy old things. But they're old addresses, so I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, journal tattoos. I honestly haven't used any of, well, I lie, I've used one. Oh, two. I've used more. Okay, so never mind. I actually have used some of these. It's been a while. These came out a few years ago. They're little rub-ons to put on different surfaces. So I completely forgot about them. Those would be fun to add to something. More tacky stickers. I have a robot. Apparently I have a robot obsession here. Oh, this is neat. These are old stamps. There used to be this website, and I think the website's still around, but you can't buy from them anymore. But the company was called Sky Blue Pink, and they had the neatest, like, the neatest things that you could buy for, like, collage and stuff. And so I bought a bunch of, like, canceled stamps. I thought they were cool. And there was actually this other company called Majestic. No, it was Mystic Stamp Company, and you could order like a kind of like a grab bag of just like tons of Mystic Stamp Company right there. Mystic Stamp Company, Camden, New York. You could order like all of these just canceled stamps. They're not worth anything. They were like cheap. But I thought they were so cool because you could use them as a little embellishment on a card. And then if I get like a neat, like a Christmas card stamp or something like that, I'll just trim it out and stick it in this little sleeve of stamps. And scrapbook paper, a long time ago actually, there were several scrapbooking companies that would come up with these just sheets of stamps, and you cut them out and use them on your cards or your layouts or scrapbook pages, whatever. I always thought they were so cool, and I would sit down and I would just fussy cut out all of those stamps. And then these are bottle cap images. So I don't know if you remember the trend, like, oh, it was many years ago. It was probably like 15 years ago. And it was bottle caps. And little Davis Designs, I think, came out with them, and Hot Off the Press, and a bunch of different companies. And so you would basically buy bottle caps. This is back in the day when, like, any scrapbook company could release anything, and we would just lap it up. So we'd buy these uncirculated bottle caps, and we'd flatten them down with a rubber mallet or in our die cutting machine, which probably explains why my die cutting machine has seen better days, because I flattened a lot of bottle caps in that sucker. And then you would glue these either inside the cap and make it like a little frame, or you'd glue it to the top of the cap. You could just punch these out with a punch. And I just thought they were really cute. And we would make like jewelry, we would make necklaces, we'd make little collages inside the bottle cap, like not flatten it out, make a little collage in there and fill it with like resin or glossy accents, or make little magnets. I've got some magnets on the fridge, and I made with bottle caps with my kids' photos in them. And you know, it was just kind of fun. And I like these I like little circle images. I feel like, you know, they're hard to go wrong. Oops, these are some little mica pieces that came out of my envelope. I'll have to put those back in the envelope when I put my thing back together. This is just a blank like card scraper. It's for like scraping on things like pastes and gel mediums and stuff. This was I did a tutorial on how to blend with Sharpie markers, and so I colored these two things and never did anything with them. There they are. And I think these were colored with Color Soft, and I just thought that those little dancing ballerinas, that was a Penny Black stamp, I think. I thought they were so cute, but I didn't have a card to use them on, and so into the junk drawer they went. And then this odd thing is weird materials. And my sister-in-law had worked at a banner store, and then they did all these weird like samples, materials, sample books and stuff, and swatches. And when they were throwing them out, she saved a bunch and gave them to me. And they're just like on transparency, like swatches on transparency that would be cool for something. You know, I'm sure, you know, Fantasy Lindsay has had big ideas for these. Then we've got some different things that I've colored that should go on a card someday, but have not made it to one yet. So you get some butterflies. Oh yes, I remember this. This was, I was doing, these were Lost Coast stamps. These were just some samples getting ready for a class I was teaching for them at the Heirloom show. And there's just a little leftover, I think that was a Crafter's Companion stamp maybe. Oh gosh, I don't remember, but it's something I'd colored that I thought was cute that I didn't want to get rid of. Little diner tickets. Oh, I bought that for $1. That little pad of like diner receipts. I don't even know where I got those. Probably a stamp show. This was fun. This was a faux stained glass technique. And the stamp, this is just like a regular stamp of irises. And then the stamp over it that makes it look like stained glass is by DRS Design. I need to get those stamps out. They are so fun. And they have a couple different ones. I think I have a big circle, a big oval, and a big rectangle. Well, big is relative. They're probably like 4x4. They are so cool. And then I just did many layers of embossing. And then I did like that and crinkled it so it actually had more crinklies on it. And I think I made one card with it. This was like my prototype. There's more supplies for the Fantasy Cigar Box purse. Let's see, we got some maps. We got a Fort Knox Observatory map. Or maybe this is an Acadia. Just a Maine map. Just a Maine map. So you can be a tourist. I can be a tourist in my own state. I have so many Acadia National Park maps in my glove box. It's crazy. These are from a project that I did at the library. I have all these fish cutouts. And I think what we had done, we were doing like, I brought a bunch of texture plates and I had them rubbing on the texture plates to just kind of make some like scale design with crayon, and then have them watercolor over it to give it kind of like I get that resist. So I have all kinds of fish left over from that, fish die cuts that I cut on my die cutter. And then these were using Crayolas to stamp, using Crayola markers to color a rubber stamp and then, you know, spritz it and stamp with it. And I thought they were really pretty, but I didn't, I lost oomph and didn't make any cards with them. Then there's just some like bigger collages I made, and I think I scanned them and chopped up the scans. And I got some random pretty rocks. I don't know why. I think I was going to make jewelry with them. And then this little piece of collage paper. And then this contains all these slide mounts, because back in the day you had to take slides of your artwork. You couldn't, there was no digital. And I was very bad at taking slides, so I would take so many of each picture, adjusting my exposure every time. And then, so when you got your slides developed, you would get all of these duds. And so I would just take them apart and I would use them as little frames. So 2001, back in the day. So yeah, then you could use these in your collages. You could cover them with paper or just use them as they are, as little collage elements. And yeah, I saved them. So there we have it. The junk in my junk drawer. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And then if you share your junk drawer on social media or something, please let me know. I want to see. I'm nosy. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.